Well, coffee shops have never been hotter, but can a neighborhood Starbucks really jolt your home value? That's according to experts at the real estate database Zillow. But is that a bunch of beans? We've got to find out. Here to help us sort it out, real estate expert Dave Fry from the Fry Group in White Bear Lake. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about the Starbucks. I haven't ever heard of that particular effect.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I had not heard of that effect either. And probably far-fetched.
Okay.
There's what I think Starbucks has done a great job of doing is running on the pigtails of probably some larger commercial projects. And if you dive farther into the article, they do kind of admit that. So it has more to do with the services, but we've never really had a client say, boy, we're going to choose our house because it's near a Starbucks.
But certainly catering towards a younger, more mobile audience probably.
Well, certainly. It's all part of, it's really probably more a part of the package of what services there are in that area. Because Starbucks doesn't sit by itself, it'll sit with other commercial applications.
Okay, so let's talk about what sellers and buyers really need to keep in mind in this particular case to boost the home value. So the first one is a good park.
Absolutely. We've got some things that certainly raise value, and that a client is always, each family is going to have their own needs, but there's parks, access to parks, walking trails. You got Como, we've got the lakes over here in Minneapolis and so forth. Those will all always bring a higher value for sure.
And so when somebody's listing their house, do they need to say in the listing itself, close to a park?
Absolutely.
Or a playground?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So besides all the amenities of your house, that at the very bottom.
Yeah, it's certainly the very bottom. Sometimes it'll be as simple as freeway access can be important. All the amenities like grocery stores, all of that matters. How long is it going to take me in my family's lifestyle? What's important to me? Those are some of the things that are most common.
Number two is the grocery stores.
Yes. So yeah, you'll find that actually if you read farther into that article, Whole Foods is actually having an effect.
Really?
So that one is true.
All right.
So what's up and coming?
And then schools are always, part of the deal.
Yeah.
They talk about a new school, but does it necessarily have to be a new school versus just a great school?
Anytime there's a new school built, not tied to school district, because obviously we have school districts that make a difference as well, but anytime you're building a new school, that does inflate the values of the homes in the area. Everybody likes, just like in a new car, you'd like the new school and the new amenities that it has to go with it. So,
and I know the school districts are very important. I know personal story, somebody listed their house. It was a school district that their children couldn't continue to go to because their new location would be a different school district.
Yeah, if you take a look across the board, we're talking about some different things that absolutely have an effect. Could be school district, it can be access to freeways, these amenities that we're talking about, like the grocery stores. On average, if you've got a plus that is part of your location, you're going to add about 5 to 10% to your value.
Nice.
Where if you go the other direction with it, and maybe you're on a busy street, back up to the freeway, those kinds of things, you'll end up going the other direction with that same percentage.
And then a community center, that helps.
Big time. Yeah, and that's part of what's growing. I think the Starbucks effect that we're talking about, and then you get into the community centers. The millennials, for sure, if you do the demographics, are more inclined to want that community center, that place of gathering. So yeah, for sure, the community centers are having a big impact.
Thank you so much for bringing those tips to us today. We really appreciate it, especially as the market's kind of heating up now.
Yeah, very much so it is.
Okay, to review Dave's real estate tips, just go to KARE11.com after the show, click on the local tab, and you'll find your 11 a.m. show page below the quick links.